What up? This is Rama covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Prime Video series The Wild Season 2. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you'd like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/RamaScreen. That's patreon.com/RamaScreen. Let's rock this. First up, I would like to say thank you to Prime Video for granting me the screeners to this entire new season. It goes without saying that even though I will not be spilling spoilers here, this review is mainly for those of you fans of the Wilds who already know what's up. Now, you remember my review of the previous first season, right? A lot of haters in that comment section were trashing it, calling me anti-women, anti-feminist, anti-woke, and all because I was the only critic on earth who did not like the show. It's ridiculous. Look, I hated season 1 because it was dreadful, okay? It was a total drag. It had nothing to do with what's between our legs. And now, guess what the show does for season 2? Ooh, let's add some boys in there. As if the audiences were begging for it. But wait a minute. Doesn't adding boys into the mix go against the show's female-centric approach? Cause now it's just back to being your regular patriarchal show, right? And if you think that season 2 bringing in the boys will finally make me like the Wilds, wrong. I've watched all these 8 new episodes and I still find them unbearable. See? You see? It has nothing to do with male or female and everything to do with the way the story is structured, the pacing, the character developments, the dialogues, and the irritating fact that the endless psychoanalyzing babbles give me headache. Please, somebody make it stop. Created and executive produced by Sarah Stryker and showrun by Amy Harris, in season 2 of The Wilds, survival hangs in the balance for the group of teenage girls stranded on a deserted island after the explosive discovery that what's happening to them is an elaborate social experiment. This season ups the drama and keeps you guessing with the introduction of more test subjects, another island of teenage boys who must also fight for survival under the watchful eye of the experiment's puppet master. Now, if you're watching this video because you're dying to know what happens to Nora and Martha, my lips are sealed. You'll just have to find those out for yourselves because this is a spoiler-free review. Now, season 1 got incredible ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. Holy smokes, I couldn't believe it. Fans and critics alike loved The Wilds because they said it was unlike any other survival shows they've ever seen. Well, if that's how they viewed it, then odds are they are also gonna like season 2 because it basically dumps the same storytelling formula onto these boys. And yes, you guessed it right. Season 2 tackles toxic masculinity, but it also tackles sexual assault and cancel culture, so it gets into some pretty disturbing, pretty dark, and pretty uncomfortable territories. I'd say 60% of every episode is about the boys and their flashbacks, and then the rest of it follow the girls, but this time without their flashbacks, because by this point you already kinda know where they're coming from. In season 2, the girls deal with the whole Rachel shark attack aftermath, and without giving too much away, the writers did a slightly better job this time at balancing the mystery and the personal dramas. Their search for the truth is now slightly more interesting, let's just put it that way. There seems to be more solidarity among the girls as well. Even the disagreements along the way get resolved quite promptly, and I find myself not feeling sorry for them as much as I did before, because while they occasionally still can't get a grip, but the trust is there. As for the boys, well, generally, us boys don't like talking about our feelings, but the boys in season 2 are chatterboxes, which is why they butt heads because each of these characters has such strong personality. There's the popular athletic jock, there's the guy who may or may not be closeted, there's the nerd who's a natural-born pushover. The flashbacks inform us of why they have a certain sense of insecurity. Sure, the island affects them, but the emotional baggage they carry with them pretty much does the trick. The same problems I had with season 1 are the same problems that come up in season 2. Listen, I like my teen angst psychological stuff only on small dosages, but The Wilds, especially season 2, once again overdoes it. Some of the conflicts among the boys, for example, can get unnecessary excessive. I'm like, why you gotta go there, man? You've already made your point. But that's the problem with The Wilds, it just has to over dramatize everything. Sometimes it goes from way up here and crashes to way down here, all moody, gloomy, and bleak. Oh, and this This show's idea of losing your mind is so absurd, I can't take it seriously. Credit where credit is due. The casting is on point if representation matters is the show's objective from the beginning, which I believe it is, but despite the little improvements here and there, The Wild Season 2's flaws and shortcomings are still too big for me to ever consider taking its side. And yes, I still struggle to stay awake through many of these new episodes.